Auston Matthews of the Toronto Maple Leafs joining us on the desk here in Chicago, part of NHL's Media Day. I have so many questions. They're all about your mustache.
It looks a little different.
What's the feedback been like? What's the long-term plan? Have you devised a long-term plan for it? How long will you keep it? These are the issues Leafs Nation wants to know.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know. Feedback's been hit or miss, but to be honest with you, I don't really care.
All right, standing strong.
There you go.
So
strong.
I don't know how long I'm going to keep it. We're going to see. Maybe start out with it, see how it goes, and then just kind of go from there.
You have 10 goals in 15 games. You're going to keep it. I would assume, to start the year. Okay.
Exactly. I might have to keep it for the whole year.
Yeah.
Did you realize, like, Sam Bennett's mustache kind of became a thing and it was viral? Did you realize, like, going somewhere where there's cameras would make this kind of impact virally?
You know what? Like, I didn't think it was thick enough to actually make an impact, and then I just fermented it. I dyed it, so it sticks out a bit more.
Is
and
this
then
breaking news that you just fermented the mustache?
Yeah, now it's kind of picking up some heat. But yeah, it made a difference. It did
not
make
trash.
it just for Muzzy. Yeah, I made it a little bit thicker.
It gives like the bad guy in the movie feel to it.
Yeah, kind of something like
little
that.
razor
I wish
Ramon.
I could just ferment this. I could just get a wig.
All right, mustache aside, always an interesting time heading into a Leaf season. I mean, first off, how you feeling?
Feel good. I think once August kind of rolls around, you kind of get the itch to get back on the ice and see the guys. So this has been it's been a good month. August was a good month, and then now rolling into September. I mean, it's summer's flown by and camp's right around the corner.
How do you get ready for the season? Do you get jacked up early? Do you take a month off?
I think each summer I've kind of taken more and more time off the ice. Just kind of try to work out and get my body feeling right again. And so I started skating and around beginning of July, I guess, and light stuff a couple times a week. And then I guess as the month goes by and you kind of get into August, you kind of ramp it up some more. But yeah, that's kind of how I've kind of done things the last couple of summers.
Because it's busy. I mean, NHL 20 cover boy. We were talking about the Hockey News Power and Influence group. You're number 2 on that. Does that distract you from what you're attempting to do during the summer, or is that something you enjoy and you embrace?
No, not really. I mean, my summer was pretty relaxed. Yeah. I flew in for a day in Vegas there, and then I had a couple little things, went on vacation with my family, but for the most part, I was in Arizona, kind of just doing my thing, enjoying my time at home, kind of relaxing, and then obviously getting back into things, working out, and getting ready for the season.
Right. Can you play NHL 20 or what?
Yeah, I'm pretty good actually.
Oh, are you?
Not bad. Yeah, I still play it. I was literally playing with Freddie Anderson the other day. We're getting warmed up for when the new one comes out. But yeah, I still play it today. I'm not bad.
All right, we might have to challenge him in studio one day.
Well, is Freddie Anderson oddly competitive? Because whenever we see
Freddie,
Freddie, Freddie's like this, but is he throwing the remote type, like the sticks type guy?
I could see him doing that because usually I'm not with him when we're playing. He's at his place. Yeah, we're online, but. I golf with him and stuff. He gets mad if he doesn't play well. So I'm sure it's the same thing if he's not up to par on the video games too.
Not a side we normally see. That'd be interesting. All right, let's dive into some of the other stuff here. Are you surprised? I'm not asking to go over details of a negotiation that it doesn't involve you. Are you surprised Mitch hasn't been taken care of yet? Did you expect that to be taken care of by now?
I don't know. I'm not really sure how to answer that. I'm not really a part of those kind of conversations. It's, I guess, really none of my business. But, obviously he's a big part of our team, and you hope to see him as soon as possible. Obviously the situation with Willie last year was kind of tough on everybody, I guess. And, it's not really, I guess, a road that you want to see, another guy go down, just because it's hard mentally and physically. So, you're hoping that, something gets done here soon. And, obviously you want him here as soon as possible.
It's not just your teammate. There's a bunch of guys that are unsigned as RFAs. Does that make you glad that you got yours done?
In a way, I just feel like, it depends, really. I just felt like, you kind of got this over your head, right? It's, you're going in the summer, with that kind of just looming in the air, I guess. So, for myself, it was, I'm kind of happy it got taken care of, when it did. And, I can go into the summer and, even the rest of the season just kind of focused on playing hockey and not have to worry about that and, enjoy my time with my family and focus and try to get better in just different aspects of my game and heading into the season kind of with just a clear mind.
Did you feel like Nylander and the time that he missed influenced you a little bit and maybe even hurt the team?
I don't want to say it hurt the team. It's really tough to just you didn't play a hockey game for 6 months.
Right.
So you step right into December. Guys are in midseason form. I mean, it's not like you're stepping into a preseason game or the first couple weeks of the regular season. So, it's really a tough situation to be in. And I mean, we feel for him as players, and finally once he got his legs kind of under him, I mean, he had some unlucky nights, and it kind of wears on you mentally, I guess, as a player when the puck's not going in and you're used to it going in. So you kind of go through those little slumps and stuff like that. But I'm sure kind of missing those 3 months. I mean, that's huge. That's a quarter, even more than a quarter of the season. And like I said, you don't play a game for 6 months and you jump right into December. It's not easy.
Coach Babcock at the end of the season said he hoped Willie just went back to Europe and found his swagger again. Based on his Instagram, it looks like he's done that.
Yeah. And World Championships.
And World Championships. Oh yeah, that.
Yeah.
Do you expect a nice bounce back from Willie this year? A lot of people are kind of in that camp. I'm kind of surprised considering how critical the market can be. But I find a lot of people expect him to bounce back. I'm assuming you do as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I skated with him yesterday, and he looked good. And then, he's looking pretty good on Instagram this summer with the cornrows. And, and yeah, like you said, he played well at the World Championships. So it's always good to see. And I mean, Willie's the kind of guy, he has a lot of confidence to begin with. And, I'm sure, for him as well as, all 23 guys on the team going home after a disappointing, first round exit again, and, pretty hungry and motivated to kind of get back in and have a bounce back year and kind of push through that hump.
It kind of sucks that we're talking about the business, and I understand that it's tough for you to answer some of the questions. And part of that business led to a guy like Patrick Marleau moving on from the team. How hard was it for you guys who seem to get so close to him to watch him move on from the team?
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's just the tough part of the business. And I mean, he means a lot, to a lot of guys on the team. I think especially for myself and Mitch, I mean, we were extremely close with him and his family, and they kind of welcomed us in as one of their own, and they really took care of us. And just the kind of person that he is, he's, just selfless, will do anything, for anyone. He's just a guy that you really appreciate to have around. So obviously, with his departure, it's sad to see, but, it's just the business part of the game. So, sometimes it's the way it goes.
Best part of the visits, mini sticks? What was the best part of it?
That was the thing that we'd all look forward to. We'd get there, and right away they wanted to get downstairs and play mini sticks. So that's usually what we ended up doing. And it got pretty heated down there. Guys were taking off their shirts, and guys were sweating and getting a little physical. But it was a lot of fun. So it's something that we'll miss. But fortunately, we've been able to kind of pay him a visit up there in San Jose, and he was actually down in Phoenix this summer. So it's been nice to kind of still keep in touch with him and see him. And it's not just not that he's not on the team anymore. That we're still going to be friends for life and keep in touch quite a bit.
Nice.
A physical game of mini sticks.
Yeah, can you imagine with like 8-year-olds?
I can't. I have a 9-year-old at home. I know exactly what you're talking about. We fight over baller versus carpet versus hardwood, everything. Because you can get that little whip off the carpet.
Absolutely. For a long time here, and even before you became a Leaf, a lot of your fan base have hated Boston. Do you now hate Boston?
Well, I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't. I mean, I think that rivalry's been there for a while now, and obviously I think it was 2013 where they had the kind of a similar, heartbreak, and 2 years in a row we're kind of in the same situation. So it's definitely frustrating, and I got some good friends on the other team, but of course, you put that friendship aside when it comes to games, regular season, preseason, and of course playoffs. So we definitely are two, I guess, teams and cities and organizations that don't like each other, and I think it makes for a pretty good rivalry.
What was the biggest regret last season for you? Was it Game 7, which would be an obvious answer, or was it the Easter Sunday Game 6, where you guys had it at home and could have wrapped it up? Yeah. What's the bigger regret? I
think Game 6, because I mean we have a chance to close out the series in Toronto. I think we kind of just let that one kind of slip away, and they came out hungry. Their season's on the line, and they forced Game 7 back in their arena. So, I mean, they're a really good team at home. Their crowd's obviously very passionate. They're loud. So, I think that was just an opportunity that we kind of let slip away. And then you go back to Boston. It's it's going to be a tougher game, obviously, and we didn't get the result that we wanted.
Is the difference just consistency? Like, you can't, in the way the divisions are set up, it's not like you can go anywhere. You're in a good division. There's a lot of good teams. You're going to have to face those guys the way the playoffs are shaped. Is the difference for you guys just between where you are now and where you need to be, being consistent and be able to finish off when you have a team in that spot?
I think so. I mean, those are experiences you hate to go through, but sometimes I think, they're valuable and you can learn a lot from them. So, for us, when, if we ever get, I'm sure we will be in a situation where we have a chance to close out the series, and, we need to make sure that, we don't shy back, that we kind of put our best foot forward and make sure we get the job done. And even if there is a Game 7 for us, that, same thing, same mindset going into that game, and make sure that, we bring our A game.
Another one of the talking points after the season and throughout the season was your minutes and how the coaching staff would use you. Where do things stand with you and the coaching staff in relation to that specific issue? Are you in a good place with Babcock? How would you describe it?
I mean, I think we've talked about it, after the season, over the summer, just kind of finding that fine line. And, I think we're all kind of on the same page now. And, I think as players, you always want to play as much as possible. I mean, if I could, I'd love to be out there for 60 minutes. So, but, obviously it's a long season. It's a grind, and you want to make sure that you're deploying the players and not, getting the most out of them and not overusing them. But, for myself, I think, I'd love to see myself on the ice a little bit more, and especially in different situations where maybe we're down a goal or, we need a goal or we're down 2 goals, doesn't matter. But so I think that's kind of something that we spoke about. I think, everybody's on the same page, and we'll go from there.
A lot of the fan base talks about the captaincy. We had Kyle Dubas on. We talked about the captaincy. Is that something that you would like to see in your future?
I think it's something that I'm ready for. For myself, I think I've grown a lot the last 3 years. My first 3 years in the organization, I think I've had a lot of really good people and really good teammates around me, and so we've got plenty of guys in the room that deserve and could have a letter on the C on their sweater. So for myself, I don't think anything really changes if I have a letter or not. I'm going to be myself every day and be the hardest worker I can be and bring what I bring to the team every day and every night. So. I think the staff, when they're ready to make that decision and the time comes, they'll make a good one.
We had the pleasure of talking to you the night you were drafted.
Yeah.
And good to see some things never change. We get the chance to sit down with you again, and we appreciate the time, Auston. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Auston Matthews of
Thank
the
you.
Toronto Maple Leafs.